Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Starting here this video kind of a day earlier than. Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Starting this video maybe a day earlier than I otherwise would have been doing, but uh, got something going on this weekend, so I'm not going to be thoughts on how we can have a positive impact on others and um, uh, I think what I wanted to talk about today is how can we make somebody's day, and I'll give an example of this. A couple weeks ago, we went to a wedding, and the wedding was out in the Pittsburgh area, Western PA anyway. And we got all dolled up and hopped in the car and headed out the turnpike. It was about a 2.5, 3 hour drive. And we stopped at a rest area. And as we were entering the rest area, this family was walking out and said to my wife, the woman said to my wife, "Oh, I love your dress." And my wife's face just lit up because women, as you know, like when you're going out in public, it's important. A lot of women are self-conscious about what they're wearing, especially to public events, and she just like made her day. And I think that's powerful. Like that just changes people's moods, their outlooks. It affects the rest of their day. Really, kind of and I hope that woman felt good about herself for saying that because it really you could see my wife's face light up. And I'll give another example. A few weeks ago, I was up in State College and I was at a Chipotle, and this is like the busiest Chipotle I've ever seen. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's a line out at the door. Like I'm like 14th in line, because my Type A personality, I count that kind of stuff. So I could see about 4 or 5 people working, and they had like a cook by the grill. Now there was a bunch of food on the grill. He kind of had his back to it. He was on his phone, and there was a couple people like at the register and one by the drink stand, and they were working. But there was one guy, and who I assume was a college age student, and he was college age. I assume he was a student up there. Who was just moving, man. I mean, he was the guy that like took your order, said, "What can I get you? A bowl of wrap, whatever," and he would move and put the meat and the first few items on before the person at the register would finish it up. And this guy was like blowing through this line like crazy. Like his hands were flying, throwing food on the stuff and moving, but doing a great job, like paying attention to what the clients were asking. Like he would stop, pay attention, and then all of a sudden he would like move, 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 move. Well, I finally got up to the front of the line. What do you need? I said, "I'll have a bowl with chicken and rice and blah blah blah." And he looks up at me. I said, "Man," I said, "you are hustling today, and I appreciate that." And like he just kind of stopped and got this big smirk on his face, like, "Yeah, I know." But like I guarantee you, he was thinking about that compliment for a while. I could tell it affected him, and I think that's powerful. I love it when people do special stuff for me, without, especially when they don't know you, right? Like this is just kind of like some stranger noticing that, hey, you're doing the effort, you're doing something good, or you're looking good, and you deserve to be recognized for it. And recognition is important, right? I mean, we all like to be recognized, whether it's at home, at work, or whatever. So I guess that's just kind of the thought: is how do something sincere, make somebody's day. Think about in the morning, or make a commitment to yourself. Today, I'm going to make somebody's day. I'm going to find it's got to be sincere though, but I'm going to find something that somebody does, and I'm going to compliment for them for it. And just kind of out of the blue, maybe I know the person, maybe I don't, but if I see it, I'm going to make somebody's day today. I hope you do too. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Again, please leave comments. Feel free to share the videos. I appreciate all the good feedback. And if you have any thoughts for discussion, put them in the comments, and we'll go from there. Guys, have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Day, and take care.